Hi, Frank and I here. I'm excited to introduce this content with you. Selling is scammy. Nah, it's really all about your attitude. Your mindset creates your life, especially as it relates to sales. So let's start off with this incredible number 89,576,124. That's how many sales interactions fail. Really, I have no clue how many. I just made that number up. But it's a big number, right? Aren't you pretty proud? One truth can be said, and that's that most sales interactions are difficult, or you're going to face a rejection, you're going to face some sort of obstacle created. So, to be successful in sales, you require to have a powerful mindset, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about in the following presentation. So, I'm Frank Anaya. I love, as you can see, happy faces. Just talking about presenting psychology, spirituality, how we interact with people, the fact of communicating, of me being able to give you an image in your mind so that you can ultimately come back and we can have a better life and interaction. It all started with how we speak. So today, basically the recap of a mindset, I'm going to talk about the idea, which is mindset, and the attitude. What does it mean? How can we use it? And then I also like to put in a cool quote that'll reinforce the learning pattern that I'm projecting. Implementation time, number 3. Basically, not leaving you with something that's abstract and theoretical and you can't use. And a recap at the end with what I like to call a big concept. So let's see what this looks like. The point that I'm emphasizing here, and I want you to take away, is this: confidence sells. People will only feel confident around you once you're confident with yourself. So at times, we interact with others or we come off as confident, but we're not fooling anyone. In fact, anytime you're engaging in any kind of conversation or any kind of selling, you're exposed. So the more comfortable you become with vulnerability, with just being open and willing to be judged, quote unquote, and you're able to not feel anything in return, that's when your confidence shines, and people just love that. What do I mean by that? The quote: a step towards what you fear is a mile towards mastering it. I find power in this quote because we're all, in our day-to-day interactions, faced with many situations of fear. Many sales reps grudgingly make their phone calls or visit their leads because they understand that there is rejection that will be involved. But once you cut through all the excuses that you will hear, and no doubt you've experienced or are going through in this beginning journey or even advanced, you realize that fear is really nothing more than energy that is inside of you in a negative connotation. What do I mean by that? Well, within us, we have this inner world that we're operating from. In our inner world, this is the place we go to when we go to bed, when we wake up, when we need to go in and think about things. For some of us, it's more clear. For other of us, it's a little hazy, and it's not always clear and common in terms of what it means. Inside of our inner world, we have a vision. And this vision is really the image of what we're seeing ourselves moving and heading into. Ultimately, the vision will dictate the direction that we live and that we operate from. It is imperative, and I don't say this lightly, that inside of your inner world, you're able to eliminate doubt forever. What do I mean by that? When you're selling a product, a service, or a transaction, there may be doubt and hesitation that may arise from you not knowing your product well, not being clear, not really understanding what is inside of you. The moment you're able to eliminate doubt once and forever, that's the moment that you've gained and stepped into direction towards mastery of your inner world. Having done this means nothing if you enter an interaction with another person expecting something. Hence, the moment you're able to live from neutrality, then you realize that you have one of the most powerful tools available in your arsenal. Consider this: neutrality is the space where you're not expecting anything, you're simply being, you're sharing what you have. This melts walls, barriers in the hearts of many people because they don't feel threatened. And feeling threatened is what leads to fear. A fear is when we're expecting something to come back. So always keep that in mind, and hence the meaning. Your audience is going to listen to you, read from you. You're communicating in a way that makes the most sense with them, and you want to make sure that you're able to convey your thoughts properly and masterfully. So, our big concept. In this mini lesson, consider this. The moment you are willing to be present and aware, that is when you find that your inner guidance is what makes you, and always will be, what's the most successful within you. Confidence, in a recap, is really nothing more than being aware of your inner intuition, of your inner guidance, of knowing and aligning yourself in a way that makes sense, it's correct, and it's powerful. So, as a recap, the top performers are already doing this. Really, obstacles for them are nothing more than opportunities. When you're able to transfer the mindset inside of your inner world from thinking that something is an obstacle and seeing it more as an opportunity, now you're trying to see power. Really, you realize that, one, you have a lot more control than you give yourself credit for. Claim it. It's already yours. Number two, you start being open to realizing that there's already all these successful and people doing exactly what you need to do, and it's just a matter of you replicating with precision what other people are doing. Finally, if you're able to make use of visual mediums to convey your inner world to their inner world, and the medium to do so is video, thinking about their needs, then you realize that it's not about you. Your inner world is really about helping others become more attuned to what is already going on in their inner worlds. If someone else has done it, well, so can you. You know, kind of to recap and finalize this, you ever imagine what your greatest gift really is? That gift, dear friend, is to realize that you already have everything you need within you. So it's really only a matter of stepping into your power and sharing those gifts that are only yours in a loving and kind way. So, will you be an eagle or a chicken? Will you live in fear and mediocrity? Or will you step up and soar and let your wings take off? Well, the choice is yours. So take off and fly. So once again, thank you. Frank and I here, tuning out, sharing this small little intro into selling and what it means to be a confident salesperson.